Hi, beautiful. Can we talk about the wait? So I'm watching Vulcan and Darius Daniels is preaching, and he talks about Don Cherie's book. And I was like, I didn't know she had a book. So I went and looked it up. It's called Slow Burn by Don Cherie Wilkinson. Y'all, this book is for me in this season of my life. And I think it's for quite a few people if you are unfolding this thing called life. So it's all about waiting isn't a season. Waiting is life. When I tell you this one line had me sitting there like, Brittany, what are you going to do? Because we're looking at waiting as a season. That's how I have always viewed it. But it's life. And when you change your perspective of it being a season into this is what life is, it allows you to wait well. And I have a video where we're talking about how do you wait. But to know that you are going to get from one moment to the next moment and you are going to wait. She is telling her journey of infertility. And one of the best analogies that she has in there is like you're waiting for your child to get here, and then you go to the hospital and she's like, I had to go into the waiting room. And so we ended up talking to the people in the waiting room, and then we get to the room and then you're waiting again. And so if life is about waiting, how can I make the most of this waiting season? And I'm just like, oh, Don Cherie, thank you for this book, because even the slow burn of it, even the incense that she brought back to the temple, if I can set the atmosphere for my wait, I can do a whole lot of things well. Like, let me enjoy the moment. And I love this also because this went back to me enjoying life. I am waiting for my husband. And because of that, it felt like I was not living life to the fullest, because I'm like, oh, I want to do this with him. I want to have all these firsts with him. I want to experience this with him. And it's like, but here you are 36 and you're still waiting. And it's just like, okay, so what can I do? Okay, let's enjoy these moments. Let's enjoy all of the in-between moments. And so here it is, me looking for Christmas pajamas for me and my mother. Like, do the thing that you need to do in the waiting season so that when that time comes, you know that you're going into another waiting season for something else. And I'm just like, okay. And even I love the part she mentioned how she didn't want to share her infertility story because she didn't want to be labeled as the infertility girl. I feel that way about me talking about friendships, and I realize that that's just where it is. That placement, that love, that hurt, that friendship is circled around, it's just something that is my story to tell. And it's like, okay. But when you sit in that and you acknowledge that that is just a part of your story, live your life. So here I am like, okay, well, let's try to do this. I want to do a friendship series. I was like, let's do it. I can be so in my head about being this and being that. And it's like, if you get labeled that, then whoop-de-doo. Here we are. But I also know that there is a purpose and an intention behind my care and my desire for friendship and community, because I'm in life right now where, baby, we were in a waiting part and now we're in a different waiting moment, all because of the laundry room flooding. And it's like, okay, so we're waiting on the people to get this done. We're waiting on approval for this. And it's just like how all of this aligns is every bit of it. And it's like, what are you going to do in the wait? Because we could definitely complain in this wait, but we can also make the most of it. And so what are you going to do in your wait? Because waiting is life, and it's not just a season. And so check out the slow burn if this is anything that you have been dealing with, because baby, it gave me a beautiful perspective of this thing called life. And here we are, just unfolding this thing called life. Love you, bye.